Alright guys, making this to quickly give you my honest take on how to get started today with AI Organic. It's been over 5 months now since I've been fully invested into AI Organic. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a big shift from the regular way of dropshipping all the way to the AI dropshipping realm, and I'm gonna be honest, this is way more exciting because you could actually test way more products. So there's much more volume at a much faster pace. So you don't need to wait up to 10, 20 days to receive the product and then learn how to actually film for the product. Now you just need to prompt a bit and go viral and then you print. So this is way more exciting, way more, profitable and way faster. Without any further ado, the first thing which was the most impactful in fact was the marketing. And I'm sure this is one thing which all of you guys have questions about, so let's get into it. Firstly, it's really important that you focus on the images before the videos. Everyone just goes to writing the most sophisticated prompt before getting any images to give as reference for the AI to start making you the video. So one thing which I've learned is that the images are more important than the prompt. So instead of just prompting something for like 10 different lines of exactly what you want, first of all you need to create the image using a few tools. I'm going to break it down for you. Number one is going to be Seedream, is for the images. There's 5 and 4.5. The 4.5 is going to give you the highest quality images, which are 4K, and these are better for UGC. For products, usually it's Nano Banana Pro, but by the time I'm recording this, now there's GPT Image 2, and this is up there. I'm not gonna say it's better, it's up there. In certain scenarios, it performed better, but for the most part, it's like a 50-50. Sometimes I'd rather use Nano Banana Pro. So these two are for the products. Next is gonna be regarding the video. We're gonna be using Kling, and then we have Seedance, and one thing which I haven't mentioned before is gonna be Higgsfield Sol 2.0. This is gonna be for UGC. Seedance is gonna be for UGC, and then Kling is for pretty much anything that has to do with motion control. So pick wisely, and obviously you could test around. There's Veo. Veo is very good, but I use these three the most, and they've been performing the best for me. So I know this might seem like a lot of information, but it's actually very easy when you put it into a process. So the way I would put it is, firstly, I always want to focus on the image. If the image is poor, then the video is going to be poor. So always focus on creating the best avatar or the best image reference, whatever you want, and then take it to the video tool. Because otherwise, even if you have the best prompt, it's going to have a hard time. Problem with it is that it causes hallucination. So if you are not aware of this, for example, ChatGPT, or like Sora, it would create something that is complete contrast to what you actually asked for, and this is a sign of lack of reference. You need more reference to give it exact instructions on what to do. So reference is the best way to do it, and that's why we will focus on the images. Once you have them using Seedream and Nano Banana Pro, GPT-2, that's when you go and plug it into the video. There's two ways to do it regarding these tools. Either you put the first, so the initial clip and the final clip. That's one way to do it, and this is actually way more accurate than you may think. So just by creating an image of the first shot and the final shot, and then plugging it into, it's called Flow. This is a feature from Veo, I believe, but you could find this pretty much from any tool. They all provide it almost. So that's one of the ways. Other way is going to be the motion control. So you would give it a reference image, reference video, and then it would use them to create a new video. Thirdly is going to be the AI UGC. This can be done many ways, preferably by putting an avatar, AI avatar, and then combining it with a prompt. And there's many other ways, but this is one of the few ways of making it work. So these are your 3 different ways of creating videos after having good images. So hopefully this has made it a bit more clear. If you're wondering where to get these tools, first of all, nothing sponsored. I use personally Hixfield. If you want to create images like for free, Seedream is free from Hixfield, but Nano Banana Pro is only free on CapCut. Well, I say free as it's available in the Pro subscription that you already have. So these 2 are actually included there. Thank me later. So now that we have gotten the marketing out of the way, next thing is going to be branding in general. Because like the only thing, because this all raises a question, right? If it's this easy to create really high quality images and videos, what's the barrier of entry, or like what would put you apart from competition? And this is a very big question. A lot of people have the same doubt, and for the right reason, because like it's truly the least barrier of entry that we've ever seen. And the only way is to create a brand. So you need to actually perceive yourself apart from others. You need to create such a bulletproof branding to your website and to your pages, to everything, to your marketing, so that nobody can take your soul, right? It's like the soul of the brand is what actually keeps it apart from the rest of the game. So I truly think you need to focus on branding, and obviously branding was always a thing, but I would argue that this is the most important time to actually create an identity to your product, because anyone can have the same, they could literally swipe your entire website, your entire marketing in a day, even hours if they have a team. So truly, this is the best way. And you need to, link this to pretty much everything you do. Whenever you're marketing, whenever you're creating images for your website, copywriting, it all has to make sense with your branding. So this is something I want to highlight, and I use Claude to create pretty much all the copywriting, all the branding, even getting ideas for the marketing and so on. The other part would be the website. So creating a website, back in the days, you would have to get themes, which are paid or free. But most of the time, the advanced method is to go for Shrine. Now, I got to use Claude Code to create my own website, and that was one of the best things I've ever done, because it is way more flexible, and again, it links back to the branding. It gives you exactly what you want. It's not beginner friendly, but if you have the time and energy and obsession over branding, then I suggest you try Claude Code to create the theme of your website. You literally build it from scratch. So this is actually another change which was very detrimental over the past 5 months. Apart from that, it's going to be the images on your website, which is going to be through Nano Banana Pro or GPT-2. Another thing is going to be the copywriting, which is going to be through Claude. I'm not going to really tell you how to prompt, because you just need to click buttons, boys. So this is going to be through Claude. And unfortunately, not many people talk about copywriting in organic, but it's becoming more important than back in the days, because even the winning criteria has changed. Back in the days, you would run any pump and dump, like a, wow factor gimmicky product. But nowadays, you would see people running a before and after product, something that has to do with beauty, or like the red light therapy, which is some of the most, common products right now. So I would argue there's a fine line between organic and paid ads. So pretty much every single skill set that was required for the paid ads community, which was, copywriting on top, that's becoming more and more important for organic. So you need to focus on copywriting, on branding through images, even videos on your website. Again, using these tools to create the final image, the brand. So hopefully this has taught you guys something, because pretty much if you get everything here right, like you might have to watch this a few more times. Apart from picking the product, this is the second most important thing right now. which is, you know, getting all the systems right to create the right marketing. Because like without the right marketing, you're not gonna go viral, therefore not gonna sell. So this is by far the most important thing, hence why I mentioned it today. Alright boys, that's pretty much it for this video. Try to give you my honest take and lessons of the past like half a year. So if this was helpful, subscribe, join my Discord. We have Sunday calls every week, and we also have an affiliate program, but I've been taking it way more seriously over the past like few months, especially since we're working on a new brand. So I might accept like 1 or 2 more, although we actually need more, but I'm trying to keep it very exclusive so that I focus more on every member. So yeah, if you're interested, let me know on Discord. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.